What is not that serious, but can still ruin your day? My dryer not drying my clothes all the way before work in the winter. When you hit any part of your body on an inanimate object. I just get so mad at the object / myself. 100% like bang my head on the cabinet door and I'm immediately ready to burn my house down and commit cabinet genocide for about 4 seconds. Yes, my lizard brain just immediately takes hold and goes, who did this to me? Kill them. And then human brain catches up. No one. We did this to ourselves. And lizard brain is still furious, but now can't justify it anymore. The worst. Hey, when you get in, let me know. We need to talk. We need to talk. Those two, one variation for work and the other for personal, are the worst. There's no context, no stated reason for needing to talk, only dread. I hate that. Or when I get a meeting notice from a higher up with no explanation why. I always go right to OMG I'm getting fired. I have been there 11 years and freak out every time. My boss used to do this to me on purpose. I even told her that it would real swell if she just said nothing to worry about. All stems from my first job, where I was asked to set up a meeting room not knowing it was for my own disciplinary. Completely ambushed by someone 20 years my senior. I was at an age where you think this shit is the end of your career. Not finishing a good dream. This needs more attention lol. Especially for special dreams. Special dreams? Like when you're not picked last for kickball, but right before they pick you, you wake up. Random minor mood swing. Forgetting what you remember, and then remembering what you forgot. These mood swings where you can't even really put your finger on why you feel that way. Like everything is okay, or there's just a minor mishap, but your body is like, nope. We are not in a good mood, and it stays that way. When you've already left the house for the day, and realize you are wearing undies that give you a wedgie, and then forgetting to toss them, washing them, and wearing them over and over again. Yep, I can see it happening. Definitely not speaking from experience. Thinking the to-go lid on your coffee is properly secured when it is not. Ducked up dreams. I get into a serious funk maybe once every other month because of some vivid abomination I dreamed of, often involving something that bothers me. I roll. You ever been craving something and postpone it for a certain day, and then when it's that day something happens and you don't get to eat that day? Ruined. Made a steak one night. I had half, then put the other half away for the next day. I got home after craving it and thinking about it all day. Opened then fridge in my room, it had eaten it. It broke me. That's straight up a declaration of war. Accidentally biting the inside of your cheek hard when chewing your food. For some reason when that happens to me, it repeats itself about 3 times shortly after. It's like a small electrical jolt that makes my jaw suddenly snap shut on that cheek, even though I was trying so hard to avoid it. So painful. When you bite your cheek the area swells up, which makes it then much easier to bite again. WTF body. Not having enough time to get ready and having to go out in something you're slightly uncomfortable in. Very true. And then you tell yourself it doesn't matter. No one will notice, but you're still not able to have a good day. Yeah, exactly. I remember this one time we had to go to church, but I wasn't told that, so I wore a skull-faced tee. Boy oh boy the stares I got that day. For me, it's that moment you drop a spoon or something. Physics breaks, and it just bounces off every single surface on its way down, making as much noise as a spoon-like object could possibly make. It just feels like it takes forever to finally stop moving. I dunno. Drives me batshit. Having to get gas before work. There's no better way of screwing yourself over than driving past a station after work and saying I'll do it in the morning. This is one of the most common lies we tell ourselves. Dropping something or getting your earbuds caught on something and yanked out of your ear. Edit. I've had AirPods for the last few months. The memories persist. Or your belt loop stuck on a door handle as you're passing by with your arms full. Bold of you to assume I've worn much of anything with belt loops in the last several months. But yes, that's bad, too. I know this isn't true for all people, but I know I'm not the only one. When someone takes my parking spot at work, it's not a big deal at all. But whenever it happens I feel like my day will suck. getting in the most comfy position in my bed. But the sudden urge to pee arises. Or you forget to brush your teeth. If uncomfortable in bed, they ain't getting brushed. Being excited and extremely happy about something and then telling somebody, only to be met with either a disappointing reaction or even being told that what you're excited about is childish slash silly slash not interesting. Happened way too often to me, so I don't share many things with others anymore. Or similarly, you're in a good mood for once. You feel surprisingly positive. And then you just talk to a stranger like normal and they're rude as hell to you. I remember when I was 19. I was working as a home carer, and it was the first time I had to work Christmas and New Year's. My family all lived in a different country, so I was completely alone for the holidays the first time in my life, and I was cycling to the first house I had to visit at around 7 AM on New Year's Day. Feeling sad that I hadn't had any family to celebrate with, but determined to have a good first day of the year. The streets were icy and almost empty, and as I cycled along I passed a guy who was around my age. I smiled and said Happy New Year, and he shouted at me to piss off. The rest of the day didn't go so well after that. A whitehead on the tippy tip of your nose, or the crease between the nostril and the cheek, impossible to get easily and so painful. Forgetting my chapstick on a day I won't be home for a while. Having to go poop right after taking a shower. Having to poop right as you are about to leave for work. Be late or risk shitting yourself. Or you're expecting guests to arrive at any moment and you suddenly have to poop. Letting your toenails get just slightly too long. Or cut it too short. Ingrown toenail. Missing your alarm. Putting a sock on inside out and not having a chance to fix it for hours. Starting my period unexpectedly too. Like damn, you're 3 days early. Better than being late. Usually. Waking up with a crick in my neck. Forget just ruining the day. That shit can last 4 days. When you start running out of hot water halfway through your shower. When it feels like it's going to rain, and even looks like it, and then it goes away, and gets warm and sunny. Feels like an almost sneeze, but then it goes away. That one asshole that cuts you off in traffic when there's no one behind you. Edit. Oh my gosh. Exclamation mark. Thank you to /u/awkward look for me the award. Exclamation mark. I'll forever use this to warm my heart when I run into an asshole person in traffic to help me calm down. Then you both meet at a red light. Or you meet right away because despite their overwhelming desire to floor it and get in front of you, so you have to slam on the brakes. They don't think accelerating is particularly important. Or they go slower than you were driving and there's no way to pass them. Not being able to sleep the night before. Spilling coffee on yourself right after you get dressed. Cat puked on the carpet. You open a weird book and unleash a demon older than the world. And the cafeteria is out of a lot of stuff. The other day I was putting on my jacket and heard a big crash. My kittens were running around and knocked over my floor lamp, shattering the bulb. Cleaning tiny shards of glass while becoming late for work was a great start to the day. Imposter syndrome plus insomnia. Edit. Donham. I had no idea how bad this was and how many suffered from this too. I thought I was being silly, hence why I classified it as non-serious. I'm incredibly isolated and living with a confident, successful partner. So I've been battling this every day on my own. I'm so sorry. I really relate to you all. Been bullied when I was young and worked really hard to a pretty successful life with a successful job. But I still believe I've gotten away with it and that it's all luck. Fuck imposter syndrome. I hate it. Fuck bruh, that could ruin more than a day. From what I've read, imposter syndrome sounds so unsettling. It is. I was always that person who thought I would never encounter imposter syndrome. I deserve my success, I'm so smart, blah 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 apostrophe. Now, here I am. Final year in my doctorate program. Imposter syndrome showing up as anxiety. What even /is serious. My kid decided that she wasn't going to flush the toilet after 5 pees. Unfortunately, she used like 100 sheets of toilet paper per pee and decided to try and power bomb all those pee covered shit tickets down the toilet in one go. Naturally, The toilet overflowed and water spilled all over the floor, and then suddenly we are in the living room and a mix of urine and water is raining down from our light fixtures and water spots are starting to show up all over the ceiling. That is serious. Are you sure? Because I mean, it ruined my day. But it didn't seem that serious. Might have some drywall work to do later. But I finally got around to changing all the dead light bulbs in my house because of the incident. So I'd say it was actually net positive. Please click subscribe if you enjoyed this video.